Did you know most Power BI users miss out on the full potential of their reports because they skip out one crucial step? Hi, welcome to ECBI. EC here, and today I'll show you how to create a date table in Power BI. You might be wondering, why are date tables even important? They are not just important, they are the backbone of every time-based analysis, and without them, time intelligence in Power BI wouldn't just work. When working with Power BI, you often need to analyze data over time, whether it's sales trends, monthly growth, or year-over-year comparisons. And this is where date tables help you. It makes filtering and grouping your data by year, month, quarter, or even fiscal custom periods much easier. Now, let me show you how to build one. Let's dive in.
So we will begin with Power BI's auto date and time feature. So what this does is that Power BI just automatically creates a date table for you behind the scenes. So I've imported my data here. If you want more information on how to do this, please watch my previous video. And these are the columns in the data. So you have date, steps taken, calories consumed, etc. And then if you look just here on in the data pane, you'd see that right beside this date column, there's no calendar icon, which indicates that this hasn't been marked as a date table. So in order for us to do that, what we need to do is I'll first show you what it looks like in a visual, right? So go to the report view. This is a line chart, right? So I'm going to get the sum of steps taken over date. So let's just put date here, and then we put the sum of steps taken. So you can see here that it doesn't really give us any value. It's just put together, and we can't even filter it into the months or into the years. It's just joined up together, and that's the problem with when you don't have a date table. So we're just going to use Power BI's feature now. So I'll just cancel this. So what you need to do is go to File, and then click on Options and Settings, and then click on Options. Then you have the global options and the current file option. So under global options, this is data load. You can click on it, and then you check the time intelligence auto date / time for new files. And then you go to the current file and click on data load again and check auto date and time as well. And then you click on OK. So now you can see that there is a calendar icon to indicate that Power BI has created a date table automatically, and we can also see the hierarchy here: the year, quarter, month, and day. We'll do the same thing we did previously, but now we'll do month. So bring in month here, and then steps taken as well. And you can see that this makes more sense, showing you the sum of steps over the months. And then if you wanted to use maybe year, for instance, we move year, and then you can see that as well. And we couldn't do that previously without our Power BI's auto date and time feature. Although this is simple and easy to use, it has its own limits. You can't customize it to add things like holidays or fiscal years. So for instance, if your organization runs an accounting year between March to April or April to March, you can't do that with this auto date and time feature. It also slows down large models by creating extra tables, and you cannot reuse it in other reports. So those are the limitations that come with this. So now we'll move on to creating a date table using DAX, data analysis expressions. So this is the table view. Now I'm just going to click on new table. Okay, and I'm going to name the table DAX date table. And I'm going to use the add columns function. That's already come up because that's what I always use. And then calendar function, and then date. So the start date in this instance will be 2025, 1st of January. So you can always use any date that you like. And then the end date would be 2026, 1st of January as well. And then we would close the calendar function. And so I'm just going to adjust this so that it's readable. And okay. So I'm going to put in the year so that it can extract that. So year, just here. And then we use the year function. And then we add in the date, column, close that. Then we do Oh, I didn't mean to put in enter. Then I'll do month now. So this month here is to identify the name of the column, and then we'll use the format function, and then we'll add the value, which is date, and then how we want the format to be. So we put that in quotes. And if I put in MMM, that will give the full month name, so January. But if I put in just MMM, that's M in three places, that would be like Jan, Feb. But I'm going to leave it as this. And then I will close this. And then I will do the quarter as well. And then for this one, we'll get Q in, and then we use the quarter function. And then we'll close this. I'm also going to add month number, and I'll explain why shortly. So that would be month number. Use the month function here, and then date again. So close that, add a comma, and the last thing we would add here should be day. So we'll add a comma and then day. And then we'll use the format function as well. So the same thing also applies for days. So if you have D in four places, it gives you the full day. That's Monday, Tuesday. But if it's in three places, D in three places, it just gives you the short form of the day. So I'm just going to close this, and then we'll hit enter. And there we have it. This is our date table already generated. So you can always expand this by adding week number or fiscal year depending on you. So this is just a simple format. You can add as much as you would like to add. So this is what we have. So now we need to mark this as a date table. So we'll just go to the model view and just click on here and click on mark as date table. Check this to on, and then you can choose a date column. So in this case, we're choosing the date column here and we're saving. Okay, so now this is marked as a date table, and you can see that here. So I'm going to create a relationship between both of them, these two data sets here. So I will just drag this on here, and you can see the cardinality here is many to one, and the cross filter direction is single. So we'll save that. Okay, so let's go to report view now. Let's do the sums of steps taken again against the month. So month here, and then steps taken. You can see here that October comes before May, so it's not ordered rightly. So in order for us to order it correctly, we'll go back to the table view and then just sort the month column by month number. So this, you click on month here and then sort by column, and then you do month number. Okay, let's go back to report view. It doesn't automatically refresh. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just going to do this again, take out the month and bring it back here. So now you can see that this is much more ordered. And if you want to create a slicer, you can just do that as well, with the month, quarter, or the year. So you can definitely tailor this to your own specific needs. So this is just how you create a date table using DAX. And lastly, we'll go to the last method. We will now create date tables using Power Query. And to do that, we'll just click on Transform Data on the Home tab here. And then Power Query should open up. So just right on the Home tab as well, under New Source, click on Blank Query. Okay, so I'm just going to rename this to Power Query Date Table. Okay, and then I will click on Advanced Editor. For this particular step, I am using a template I got from the internet, sky.ai. That's the website I got it from, and I can share the website link and also the template I will be using here. So I'm just going to delete all of this here, and this is it. So I'll Control A and Control C, and then come back to Power Query and just paste it. So there are no syntax errors, and then I'll click on Done. And this is just how quick you can generate another date table. So this one has so many columns. It has the year start date, it has fiscal years, so many columns. You can delete the ones that are not relevant to you and keep the ones that are relevant to you. You can always edit this as well. So let's say, for example, the date doesn't start when you'd like it to start. Once you go to advanced editor, you can just change the date here. So if I change the date to maybe 2019, for instance, and done. So that changes as well. So you can change it to suit what you like and just delete the columns that you're not interested in. And once that is done, you can click close and apply. It takes you back here, Power BI. And then you can always remove this as the date table and then mark the Power Query one as your new date table. But it's just a much more powerful method of creating date tables. You have so many columns to pick from. So those are the three methods that I would use in creating my date table, using the built-in auto date and time feature, which is quick but limited, creating a date table with DAX, or creating a date table with Power Query. You can comment below and tell me which method you'd rather use. Would it be the Power BI built-in feature, DAX, or Power Query?
That's it. Date tables in Power BI. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share with somebody that might also find it useful, and subscribe. Lastly, don't forget to hit that bell button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.